Okay, so what we're doing is transformations. We did the 4 projects. We have 4 types of transformations to do. The first one, f of x, that stands for your parent function, you know, the ones that you're doing on the daily quizzes, plus some number, we're calling it b right now. So what you do to make the new table, so on the quiz I could give you a parent function table and ask you to make the transformation table. So what you do is you add b, whatever b is, to just the y values. So if my parent function is x squared, this is the table, and then if my equation is x squared plus 3, what I will do is I will copy down the x values. Remember, math is always alphabetical order, so x is always first. So therefore, I copy down the x values, and I add the 3 to the y values. So 0 plus 3, 1 plus 3, 4 plus 3. So again, this quiz, which I don't have up there, so it looks like we're going to have 4 quizzes for this unit. This quiz and test, no calculator for this portion. So all you have to do is add 3. Now if you're given the graph, the parent function graph for x squared, of course, we know looks like this from our daily quizzes. If we're adding to the y value, remember y runs vertically, so we are going to go up b. Whatever that value is, we will take that graph and just take it, like cut it out, and move it up. So it would look like this. So we moved it up 3. All right, this transformation is being done inside the parent function. Notice the difference on the parentheses. F of x plus b, f of the quantity of x plus b. So if it's inside the parentheses, we're actually going to do the opposite. So you're going to subtract b, and it's going to be done from the x values. So we're going to subtract b from the x values. Same parent function for our example, x squared. There's the same table. This time we're going to take x plus 3 inside the parentheses and square it. So that's when you actually do the same thing to the number as you're doing to the parent function. X squared, and we're also doing the plus 3 squared. Because remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses first. All right, so we are going to subtract b from the x values. So that means we got to change the x values. The y values will remain the same. So let me transfer my y values. 0, 1, 4. And then we subtract 3 from the x values. So 0 minus 3 is a negative 3. 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. 2 minus 3 is a negative 1. And that's how you produce the new table. Now x axis moves left and right. So this time we're going to move it left because we're subtracting. So the parent function, x squared, of course, looks like this. To find the new graph, we will take it and move it left 3. Oops. So if we moved left 3, we should be at negative 3. All right, so this time we're going to multiply the parent function by a number, b times f of x. Multiplying y, the parent function, multiply the y by b. So I went with the same parent function, x squared, and to come up with the new table for 3 times x squared, your x's will remain the same, 0, 1, 2. And you will take and multiply the y's by 3. So 0 times 3, 1 times 3, 4 times 3. As for the graphing, this will stretch the graph vertically. All right, because again, you're doing it to the y's, which is vertical, and will actually stretch the graph. So if the parent function looks like this, then this function will be pulled up like it was a silly putty, so it is skinnier. If you actually plotted the points, you'd get a better idea, but this graph will be skinnier than that graph.